Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Friday, September 26, 2025. In the headlines, $70 million channeled from investment migration to debt repayment. Grenada's youngest tourism leader prepares for regional debut. Grenada delegation to gain key insights at Caribbean Week of Agriculture. Also in the news, regionally, Jack Warner eyes return to public life. He's focused on reviving football. Internationally, UK Prime Minister to announce compulsory digital ID scheme. Plus, in the sports news, Hossein to captain West Indies with 6 debutants for historic Nepal T20 International Series.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Grenada's Junior Minister for Tourism is proving that age is no barrier to leadership as she prepares to make waves on the regional stage. Rena Ped Thomas shares her story.
A lot of the time, prior to this experience, I really was not fond of public speaking, so to speak, but I think exposing myself to the same thing that I feared previously, it really allowed me to get comfortable in my abilities, in my skill. Tourism is an industry that links many other industries, and I don't at the moment necessarily have a specific job in tourism in mind. However, I think wherever God leads me, if He leads me to the Ministry of Tourism, then so be it. If He leads me to the Grenada Tourism Authority, then so be it. But I think I'm just allowing myself to grow in spaces that I have been invited into.
Since officially taking up her ministerial role in May, Baptiste says she has gained valuable knowledge on policy frameworks, branding and marketing, as well as the key factors that drive Grenada's tourism brand regionally and internationally.
What I took away from this experience is that tourism is a very versatile industry. It's an industry that links a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. It's not a one-size-fits-all industry, but it is an industry that accommodates different people with different interests. And I've also learned a lot more about my product. I've learned a lot at the Grenada Tourism Authority, which has allowed me to appreciate what happens behind the scenes and the amount of effort, the amount of work, the amount of time that really goes into marketing Grenada as an ideal Caribbean destination.
Now in her second year in TAMCC, the 17-year-old is preparing to represent Grenada on the regional stage before continuing her educational journey in the field of tourism.
As of right now, I'm working with the Grenada Tourism Authority's marketing team in preparation for representing Grenada at the State of the Tourism Industry Conference in Barbados, and it is supposed to conclude on the 3rd of October. So my next step when it comes to development is right after the conference in Barbados, I will be studying tourism studies at the Nova Scotia Community College in Canada, after which I would be returning to TAMCC to complete my associate's degree in tourism and hospitality studies.
with her passion for tourism and determination to make a mark. Baptiste says this is only the beginning for her journey in shaping Grenada's future in the industry. Rena Thomas, GBN News.
We wish her the very best. Well, Grenada is host to a Green Climate Fund mission to boost climate finance and action. Christina John reports.
Grenada has been recognized as a leading voice among small island developing states, SIDS, advocating for climate financing equity and urgent global climate action. A two-member team from the Green Climate Fund, the GCF, is currently on island conducting a programming mission with stakeholders. Their mission began on Wednesday at the True Blue Bay Resort Conference Room and will continue on Friday. Folasar Ayondrin is the portfolio manager with the GCF based in South Korea, serving Latin America and the Caribbean, and Lin Soo Kim is the regional officer for GCF.
The aim of the mission is to sit down with the NDA to go through the country program. What are the priorities? What do they have in their pipeline in terms of concept notes, funding proposals that are going to be submitted to the GCF?
I'm here to support the countries in terms of accessing their readiness funding, which is a program within the GCF that supports capacity building and programming, developing funding proposals and concept notes for accessing climate finance from the GCF.
According to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, Perrin Johnson, she said this mission is aimed at advancing the island's climate resilience strategy and improving access to international climate financing. P.S. Johnson added that the mission marks a significant step in Grenada's ongoing efforts to strengthen its national climate programming and align with global climate objectives.
We will identify the various priority areas. We intend to come up with TORs that will basically lead us to final project proposal for submission with the GCF. And one of the things that we have also embarked on is to ensure that we create the roadmap also that would lead the various institutions to attain accreditation to be able to access and implement GCF programs and projects.
Titus Antwine, Director of Climate Resilience, underscored the importance of accreditation, noting that it will add to the number of agencies Grenada can collaborate with to fast-track project implementation.
Some of the things that we are doing is ensuring that we have the right information. We have been taking the opportunity to make ourselves abreast of the changes with the Green Climate Fund.
The outcome of the missions are expected to pave the way for increased investment in climate adaptation and mitigation projects, supporting Grenada's national development goals and its contributions to international climate targets. Christina John.
All right. Meanwhile, Grenada is set to gain valuable insights in the 19th Caribbean Week of Agriculture in St. Kitts and Nevis. Another Christina John report.
Grenada will be among the countries participating in the 19th Caribbean Week of Agriculture, CWA, set to take place in St. Kitts and Nevis from September 29th to October 3rd. Leading Grenada's delegation is Minister for Agriculture, Land and Forestry, Lennox Andrew, who underscored the importance of Grenada's involvement, noting that with the wealth of information to which participants will be exposed, and given the possibility of broadening essential operational networks, it is important that Grenada be well represented. The event, organized by the CARICOM Secretariat in partnership with key regional and international stakeholders, will be held under the theme Sowing Change, Harvesting Resilience, Transforming Our Caribbean Food Systems for 2025 and beyond. It aims to drive the transformation of the regional agricultural sector by fostering innovation, resilience, and sustainable investment in agriculture and food production. Representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, along with the Ministry of the Blue Economy and Marine Resources, will also attend. Caribbean Week of Agriculture 2025 will feature a packed schedule of high-level regional meetings, including the 121st special meeting of the Council for Trade and Economic Development, quoted Agriculture Ministerial, on Thursday, October 2nd, the OECS Council of Agricultural Ministers meeting, and a meeting of the Caribbean Agriculture, Health and Food Safety Agency Board. In addition, the week will include symposiums and presentations hosted by major partners such as CARICOM, the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, and the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI. Bilateral meetings are also expected to take place, providing opportunities for countries like Grenada to pursue partnerships and initiatives that support the development of the agricultural sector. CWA 2025 is seen as a strategic forum for advancing food security, sustainability, and economic growth across the Caribbean. Christina John, GBN News.
Other news, there is no place for war in the Caribbean. The strong warning from President Sylvanie Burton of Dominica at the United Nations General Assembly. She told world leaders that any military conflict in the region would cause devastating impacts on the Caribbean and Latin America.
Wherever there is conflict, be it in the Horn of Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, or sad to say, in the Caribbean, major powers engaging in geopolitical conflicts result in civilians becoming collateral damage, economies collapsing, increase in prices and instability.
She also called for the lifting of sanctions in Cuba and Venezuela, saying outside interference must end. An urgent UN reform is needed so that small island states have a real voice in global decisions on climate, security, and development.
I want to emphasize here today that there is no place in the Caribbean for war. The Caribbean is a zone of peace. Any military conflict in the Caribbean will have significant negative impacts on the Caribbean and Latin America. There is a better way to resolve differences.
Still ahead in network news, Grenada launches program to combat dementia and elderly abuse. We'll talk about that. Stay with us.
Home is easy, easy with Republic Bank.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home? With Republic Bank's Home Easy Loan, you're one step closer to making that dream a reality. With competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing, Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It's a beautiful day at the Oval. And opening the bowling from the Palm Grove end is Sean Bishop. And here he comes charging in. Right arm over the wicket. Powell takes a huge swing. Richardson is under it. Whoa! That was a spectacular catch. Big things ahead for this new crop of youngsters. The future is bright.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Climate change is real. Storms are getting stronger and droughts are lasting longer. Are you prepared for what's ahead? At Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, we want to help you protect your investments. Build for the future with a BFF loan. Make climate-smart upgrades and strengthen your home to withstand nature's unpredictability. Get 100% financing to build or purchase a home or make additions to your existing structure. Enjoy discounts on related loan fees and special benefits when you choose climate-resilient solutions. We are also offering financing of up to $50,000 unsecured for your home upgrades. Invest in renewable energy, energy-efficient appliances, water storage, and so much more. The time is now to ensure your investments can withstand climate change. Invest in your home, protect your family, and secure your future with a BFF loan. You have a BFF in Co-op Bank. Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
The Grenada Electricity Services Limited cordially invites shareholders to attend the 66th Annual Meeting of Shareholders held virtually on Zoom as well as at the Grenada Room, Radisson Beach Resort on Thursday, 9th October 2025 at 4:30 p.m. Note, each virtual attendee is required to register early to facilitate verification. Documents for the upcoming meeting are available on the company's website. Visit www.grenlec.com or call Grenlec at 237 extension 312 for more information.
Welcome to Caracou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Need a little extra cash to make life easier? Or just a bit more exciting? Arise's got you covered. With a Flexi Credit loan, you get up to $25,000 for any purpose. Vacations, home upgrades, back to school, or just a little treat. Get manageable amounts, flexible repayments, and the freedom to top up whenever you need it. No hassle, no pressure, just freedom to live life at your pace. Visit our website or call today and let your dreams take flight with our Flexi Credit loan. Arise Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Second Palais Lot. Breaking news! For a limited time only, grease your pockets with as much as 10 times your Playway with Multi-X winnings. Imagine betting $10 on Playway and in Multi-X for the same value and winning 10 times your prize. That's $2,400 $100 for the small value of $20. You can't go wrong. Only in September 2025. You can win not 3 times, 5 times, or 7 times, but 10 times your winnings. Be sure to bet more on Playway. Add Multi-X and make it a September to remember. Monday to Saturday, 4 times a day. Available in stores and online. Who here? I go tell the others. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy, easy with Republic Bank.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home? With Republic Bank's Home Easy Loan, you're one step closer to making that dream a reality. With competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing, Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Hello again from Television Center. A minor fire occurred on Friday morning at the interim administrative office of the Ministry of Finance located at Galleria Mall in Grand Anse. Here's what we can tell you. The incident started at about 9:45 when a maintenance crew using a blowtorch to conduct routine roofing work inadvertently triggered a small fire. Thanks to the swift response of workers on site, the fire was quickly contained. We can tell you too, the fire department of the Royal Grenada Police Force assessed the building and confirmed it is structurally sound and safe for continued occupancy. The Ministry of Finance reported no injuries and minimal water damage. Normal operations resumed at 11 o'clock. Government, in partnership with the Grenada Dementia Initiative, launched a new program addressing dementia care and tackling the issue of elderly abuse. Trainee reporter Shania McIntosh tells us more.
The Government of Grenada, in partnership with the Grenada Dementia Initiative community, launched a new program addressing dementia care and tackling the issue of elderly abuse. Dementia, a brain condition that gradually affects memory, reasoning, and behavior, is leaving many elderly citizens in Grenada more vulnerable to mistreatment. Health professional Dr. Francis Martin states that one of the possible causes of dementia is prolonged exposure to aluminum, whether through food, cookware, or other sources. He added that awareness of risk factors is essential for prevention.
Practicing medicine, I am seeing more and more people with dementia as we age. One thing we have known over the years is that aluminum is a major cause, or aluminum contamination is a major cause of dementia, and there was a time in our lives where we used to use a lot of aluminum pots and aluminum pot spoons
for prevention. Claudia Thomas, the director of the Grenada Dementia Initiative community, stated that persons should be sympathetic when dealing with individuals who suffer from dementia. Thomas also mentioned that persons may tend to lash out due to frustration and encourage reaching out to the organization for support.
Sympathetic and compassionate about their care. We need to show love, and all of those bad behavior, you're going to want to lash out. So we're inviting people to come to us. We can give you the basics about caring for somebody with dementia.
Corporal Michael Redhead, who is attached to the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, stated that persons should report any form of abuse that a mentally ill person is going through. Corporal Redhead mentioned that the Criminal Code of Grenada gives the Royal Grenada Police Force the right to arrest anyone who abuses an elderly person.
We're in charge of the country and taking care of our communities. So I'd say all that to say that, they have their rights under the laws also, as it really abuse, the financial abuse, the taking away of their money. Of course, the Criminal Code gives us the room to deal with those type of offenses.
I am Shania McIntosh reporting for GBN News.
All right, this story to report. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union and the Grenada National Council of the Disabled are opening doors for entrepreneurs with disabilities to equip them for success. We hear more from trainee reporter Deidre Seeley.
Soft loans are now available for persons with disabilities through the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, or GCCU, in collaboration with the Grenada National Council of the Disabled. The $200,000 soft loan initiative will target entrepreneurs with disabilities to support their financial dignity and independence. Devon Charles, General Manager of the GCCU, explains the rationale behind this initiative.
Having observed the environment, we realize that a lot of persons within the disabled community who are self-employed, they're good with their hands, they're entrepreneurs, but access to finance is one of the main obstacles that they face. And the ability to get coaching and get guidance as to how to grow sustainable small businesses. So we have taken the initiative to launch a soft loan program for these persons to make financing more accessible to them so that they can start growing and scaling their business initiatives.
The soft loan program will provide loans of up to $10,000. While most business loans have an interest rate of 12%, the loans provided under the initiative feature a special interest rate of 4%. The program will also provide mentorship to participants through a partnership with the Grenada Investment Development Corporation, or GIDC. Hilary Gabriel of the National Council of the Disabled explained that as a pilot, the program is initially set to run for 6 months, and the data collected will shape future efforts.
The insights you provide will help guide programs, resources, and advocacy efforts that can empower small business owners like yourselves to thrive.
Devon Decoto, an entrepreneur and person living with a disability, shared his insight on the launch.
People with disability tend to leave things go or put it in somebody else's hand because of most time is they're running up, like going back and forth to put money to the bank, or so they tend to keep it for themselves or give somebody. So if they have somebody to assist them in that way, maybe we be able to pay the loans back as easy as other people.
Successful applicants will be given an account at the GCCU. The GCCU will credit accounts with $100, following which applicants will then have to deposit $400 to equal a $500 share purchase. Reporting for GBN News, this has been trainee reporter Deidre Seeley.
Republic Bank staff stepped away from their usual office work to brighten up the classrooms at Calise Government School. It was a show of community spirit through volunteer efforts. It's time for this evening's GBN ISAW.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Oh, I got my glasses from Clear Vision Eye Center.
I got my glasses at Clear Vision Eye Center.
Clear Vision Eye Center.
Clear Vision Eye Center.
Republic Bank head office staff swapped their computers for paintbrushes to give back to the community at the Calise Government School. Over 2 days, in fact, 25 volunteers painted 14 classrooms and both restrooms, creating a brighter, more welcoming space for students and teachers alike. The project was really a team effort, with Gary's Paint and Decorative Finish donating their skills and Answer Coatings Banks Grenada Limited, supplying discounted material. Principal Annette Lewis expressed deep gratitude, noting that the refreshed classrooms will help to motivate students. This initiative is really part of Republic Bank's ongoing commitment to supporting education, and it demonstrates the positive impact of community partnerships. You too, though, can show off your community projects by sharing your photos and videos with us via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or on our other social media platforms. Remember, that's all for GBN I Saw.
After the break, Grenada channels $70 million from investment migration to debt repayment.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side. Next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Victory, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily victory, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you.
With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
A sum of just over $70 million generated by the Investment Migration Agency Grenada was channeled into the country's debt repayment during the 2023-2024 fiscal year. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell said the contribution highlights how significant the program has become to Grenada's economic development and debt reduction efforts, especially as government works to balance national spending with fiscal responsibility.
And as we are aware in the case of Grenada, the proceeds from the investment migration industry has funded significant domestic projects. It has allowed the government to manage its finances prudently, and it has played a significant role in our debt reduction strategy because when we obtained the debt restructuring, a key part of that was a key part of incentivizing our bondholders to agree to the debt restructuring was our commitment that we would use proceeds from the investment migration industry to pay down and to make balloon payments to the bondholders in the event our industry was successful. And for 2024 and 2023 in particular, we've made significant payments, I think if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the region of $75 million additional payments to our bondholders arising from the proceeds of the investment migration industry. So I'm quoting that figure because it gives you the kind of scale and reliance and importance of the programs.
The Prime Minister pointed out that Grenada is not alone, as several other Caribbean countries depend heavily on their citizenship by investment programs to fund national priorities and support long-term economic stability.
As we all appreciate, and it's important to underscore, these programs are significantly important for the economic development and well-being of our regions. There are some countries, for example, like St. Kitts and Nevis, whose almost entire modern development has been largely fueled by its successful investment migration agency.
All right, so meanwhile, Eastern Caribbean states have agreed to set up a regional regulatory authority by 2026, with Grenada chosen as their headquarters. The body is expected to enforce uniform standards, enhance transparency, and safeguard the credibility of investment migration programs across the region. Grenada is set to benefit from a new regional partnership focused on strengthening water security and protecting public health. This is what we know. The Global Water Partnership Caribbean and the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CAFA, have signed an agreement to address issues such as safe drinking water, waterborne diseases, and climate change impacts affecting communities across the region. Now, the Memorandum of Understanding signed by Chair of the Global Water Partnership Caribbean, Professor Paulette Bino, and CAFA Executive Director Dr. Lisa Indra, comes as the region faces increasing threats to water security. Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority is also working on projects to improve water quality and distribution. We can tell you the collaboration supports CAFA's strategic plan, emphasizing cross-sector action and the One Health approach. The partnership aims to establish new regional standards, enhance monitoring, expand research and training, as well as raise public awareness about the links between water, health, and climate resilience. We'll be back to report the sports news in a moment.
The Mount Morris Community Development Organization invites you to our Bingo Sunday West Indian breakfast from 6 to 11 a.m. at the Mount Morris Community Center ground. Come, enjoy our local breakfast delicacies, all made by the residents of Mount Morris, which includes a vegetarian option for only $25. Also available on sale, pastries, and a solid bar. This breakfast, we're featuring $10 Bingo, cash and prizes, DJ Slick on the ones and twos, a bouncing castle for the kids, and fresh produce from our farmers market. Sponsored by Black Scots Rock, Hubbard's, Grand Graphics, Our 95 FM, PartyGrenada.com, Dynamic Realty, Flow, and Grenada Duty Free. You won't want to miss this breakfast.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Good evening, sporting fans. West Indies selectors have included several emergent players, including 6 potential debutants in the national squad for the upcoming groundbreaking 3-match T20 international series against Nepal. Considering the series falls outside the ICC's Future Tours program, the decision also allowed the West Indies Selection Committee to rest many T20 international regulars off the team in a bid to manage their workload. While Akil Hussain has been named captain of a relatively inexperienced West Indies squad, the left-arm spinner will still be accompanied by a handful of seasoned campaigners, namely former captain Jason Holder, all-format regular Casey Carty, fast bowler Obed McCoy, and T20 globetrotter Kyle Maz. The upcoming series between West Indies and Nepal will mark the first ever bilateral commitment between the two sides and serve as a testing ground on the road towards the 2026 Men's T20 World Cup. While the West Indies cricket team gained a direct entry into the tournament for finishing among the top 8 sides in the previous edition, Nepal is scheduled to take part in the 2025 Men's T20 World Cup Asia EAP regional final in Oman next month. Nonetheless, the 3-match West Indies versus Nepal series will be played between September 27 and 30, with all matches set to be played at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium in Sharjah. Well, scores of junior players will take to the field at various locations across Grenada next week. This follows the official launch of the National Primary Schools Football Tournament. In excess of 50 schools will participate in the island-wide tournament, which is held in partnership with the Grenada Football Association.
When we start this project on September 26th, and throughout the length and breadth of Grenada, we see all these boys and girls playing the beautiful game, enjoying themselves. Sometimes unconsciously without even thinking about a career, but having a good time with a game, with a sport, with a business. Then we'll see a new, rejuvenated classroom. And I'm sure you're seeing the buzz and the excitement in your classes and in your school already. Because these kids want to play. They want to compete. They want to represent their school. Something we've kind of denied them over the years. They do that in track. They do it in track and field every year. But they have not been able to represent their schools and their parish in football for a lot of years. So now, please give them the support. And I'm hoping that we're going to have a very exciting, a very competitive, and at the end of it all, a very rewarding primary school football season for 2025.
GFA President Marlon Clean talking there. The tournament was launched on September 26 at the National Stadium and has received the blessing of the Ministry of Sports. Meanwhile, the introduction of coaches to schools across the nation remains a front-burner item for the Ministry of Sports. Sports Minister Delma Thomas said their commitment comes as part of efforts to further the development of sports across the island.
Lighting of Progress Park has been completed last August also. So at present, the contractor and team, they are at the National Cricket Stadium doing the lighting. They have already did the in-house lighting in terms of the pavilions, because it will be state-of-the-art, first class what you see in international cricket when you have a 6 runs, there are different lights. When there's a pole, when there's one out and all that. That is being set up as we speak. But together with that, we have the real formal lighting, first-class lighting of the cricket stadium that should finish in about 30 days from now.
While we added, though, we did make mention of the fact that and today it highlighted the fact that the need for coaches within the school system. You did promise, and here we are. that plan is well on its way to have coaches in all of the schools?
Yes, so this plan is in completion phase in terms of within the next 2 weeks or so, we will be rolling out and the media will be invited because we'll have an official ceremony where we roll out with all the coaches being present and we'll have them at every school. It's the government's policy to institutionalize sports in school, and therefore we want to be able to have coaches who will be, so it will be part and parcel of the curriculum, not an after-school activity, but it will be part of the curriculum where every class will be given that physical activity. Appreciating is more than just competition. Appreciating that physical education is about health, is about wellness, and so we want our children to develop the exercising and sportsmanship and all that, so that will be in the schools across Grenada, including Carrico.
All right, sounds good. That's the sports news for now. Year-old Austin Jack Warner is ready to serve Trinidad and Tobago again with a focus on reviving football. After a High Court judge granted a permanent stay on his extradition, Warner ruled out a cabinet role but expressed his desire to contribute to the sport. He faces 29 fraud and racketeering charges in the United States but calls the case a political witch hunt.
As he toys with the idea of returning to public life, Austin Jack Warner shied away from the possibility of a cabinet role, but says he's ready to serve the country once again.
I want to say to you that I am prepared to serve the country once again. I want to be able to revive football in the country. I want to be able to lend to the sport that made me whom I am some help, because I think that football can do wonders, especially at this point in time qualifying for the World Cup.
Warner's matter received a permanent stay by High Court Judge Karen Reed, who found his rights were breached in allowing his extradition hearing to continue without the required documentation that assured he would only be prosecuted in the U.S. for crimes listed on the extradition request. 81-year-old Warner is wanted by the U.S. on 29 charges related to fraud, racketeering, and engaging in illegal wire transfers. This ruling no longer compels the TNT government to cooperate with the U.S. on Warner's extradition. Asked if he found his 10-year-old deal was merely a political witch hunt, he emphatically said yes.
It has to be. I can't see it any other way except being a political witch hunt. And this happened to me at a time when I was serving this country at one of the highest levels in Parliament. And you recall I was at one time Minister of Works and Transport, Minister of National Security. I was serving the country when this happened to me. So I consider it to be a witch hunt, political witch hunt.
Warner thanked his attorneys and family for sticking by him. Justice Reed is expected to rule on cost and other factors against the state on October 3rd. While Warner will no longer face the possibility of extradition from TNT, it doesn't mean the U.S. has dropped the charges. Therefore, once Warner finds himself on American soil, he may still be at risk of arrest and face legal action. Jensen Lavend, CNC3 News.
Further afield, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer is set to announce plans for a compulsory UK-wide digital ID scheme. The proposal aims to make it tougher for people to work in the UK illegally and strengthen border security. However, critics argue that the scheme will infringe on people's privacy and be ineffective in preventing illegal migration. The announcement is expected to spark debate on the balance between security and individual rights.
So this will be compulsory in order to work in the UK, and that's the distinction that the government is making. So in order to get a job in the UK, you will have to have this digital ID card. So if, for example, if you're a pensioner, for example, or not working for other reasons, you will not have to have one. So it's not compulsory for absolutely everyone, and the government, that's one of the ways that the government is hoping to mitigate some of those concerns that, for example, the Liberal Democrats have expressed around elderly people maybe not having a smartphone, struggling with access to the internet and so on, being excluded from a universal compulsory system. This is compulsory in order to work in the UK. But so everyone, whether you're a UK citizen or not, in order to work, will have to have one. In terms of some other details that we do know, it will be held on people's smartphones, much like contactless mobile payments, for example, where you having a boarding pass when you board a flight. You'll have to have one in order to work by the end of this decade. The government wants to have this scheme up and running by the next election. You won't have to carry it with you at all times. You won't be asked to produce it in the street, for example, but you will just need it for those right-to-work tests. And in terms of those other details, the government admit that they're going to consult on this. There will be a 3-month consultation announced, and then there will be legislation that has to go through Parliament. This will require a new law to bring this out. So we're not talking about this happening immediately. This will happen, consultation for the next few months, and then likely legislation next year.
We'll remind you of the headlines in a moment. A reminder of the headlines: just over $70 million channeled from investment migration to debt repayment. Grenada's youngest tourism leader prepares for regional debut. Grenada delegation to gain key insights at Caribbean Week of Agriculture. Also in the news, regionally, Jack Austin Warner eyes return to public life. He is focused on reviving football. Internationally, UK Prime Minister to announce compulsory digital ID scheme. Plus in the sports news, Hossein to captain West Indies with 6 debutants for historic Nepal T20 series. Alrighty, so that's going to do it from us for the time being. All right, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom. Thanks for joining us. Have a safe and beautiful weekend. Goodbye.